Hidely ho, Quarantinios. I'm back. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the different kinds of thesis statements you can make for your research argument essay. Before I pop right into that, I'd like to remind you that hopefully you've already viewed Pep Talk Week 13. Um, there's also a video here by our very talented librarian, Shelley Marcus, who walks you through how to use the Chaffey uh, databases. Now, those databases have research and really important materials that won't be fake news. They're done by professionals and by academics, and they're very thoroughly fact checked, so you can trust that kind of source. Is it as easy as Googling? Absolutely not. But the higher you get up in your education as you're working towards your bachelor's, some of you will even go to your master's degree, maybe even a PhD, the more you're going to have to be familiar with how to use these sites. And they take a little bit of practice, I'm not going to lie, and you kind of have to get the wording right. But I'm here to help you with that. And I'd be happy to walk through that with you. And we'll do a little bit of one on one research, drop into any of my advice hours. I'm going to post that again because I feel like everybody's forgotten when they are, even though they've been at the same time. So make sure you hit this video too. Now, give me a second to pause this so I can open up what we're going to do. And I don't know if I need to pause it. You can watch me just do my magic right here. Here we go. 3 types of argument thesis statements. So, boop, 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 boop. Let's play it. Now, what you need to know about all this is that whenever you're making an argument, they fall into, and this is not only just an academic argument, but when you're making an argument or just trying to persuade somebody, a friend of yours, a family member about something, they tend to fall into one of 3 categories: claim of fact, claim of value, or claim of policy. I'm going to talk a little bit about those differences, and we'll see how we do. First one is called a claim of fact because it's a quantifiable argument. Now, you might not know the word quantify, but you probably know the word quanto, right? It means how much. Quantifiable also has the same root as quantity. A quantifiable argument is something that relies on numbered data for support. It's about measuring in some way. Okay? How many, how much, what proportion. And it's about a measurable subject, like I said. How many, how much, how fewer, etc. Something that can be counted. It's all about numbers. And it answers questions like this: which is more, which is greater in number or proportion, which is a higher percentage. Remember, a percentage is just a kind of proportion, right? So let me give you this example thesis statement. Do make sure you take notes on this because we are going to have a journal exercise based on this a little bit later. Claim of fact of example thesis. Contrary to popular belief, sport utility vehicles cause more injuries and damage than sedans or station wagons. Okay, SUVs, taking a hard, hot take here. I know a lot of people have them, but this is true. I know station wagons don't really exist anymore. I guess Subaru still makes them. I guess I could put minivans in there. I drive a minivan. Yeah, I'm way off the market. 2007 Honda Odyssey, ladies. Very practical. Very, very safe. 14 cup holders for all your kids. I know. Great stuff. Now, in every claim of fact, there's going to be some part of it that has measuring words or counting words. So I want you to take a quick look at that thesis statement and see if you can find those. You might want to pause the video right here to see if you can find them, write them down in your notes, or if you're writing down the whole thesis, what you would underline or highlight. Okay, I'm going to pretend like you put me on pause. Now you're taking me off pause. The answer is this: cause more injuries and damage. Now think about it. Injuries, oops, I didn't mean to go forward. Injury, more injuries and damage is all about counting. You can count injuries, like you could go through statistics, perhaps compiled by the Department of Transportation, the Federal Department of Transportation, maybe through other kinds of local databases to see that you can count them, do more injuries and do more damage. Damage you could measure perhaps in like dollar amount. Anyway, it's out there. Insurance companies know all this stuff, so you know it is out there. Second time of claim, the second time of argument is a claim of value, and that's a qualifiable argument. Now, I mean qualify here, not like, woo, I qualified for the race. I qualified. I'm in the runoff to be Miss Fontana. No, it's a different kind of qualify. Like when you qualify a statement you make, it means that you are adding a judgment or a sense of evaluation to it. And I talked about this already when I talked about the research argument essay assignment. Claim of value is all about evaluation. It relies on judgment and evaluation for support. So it's not about counting. So it's going to be about thumbs up or thumbs down. Good, can I make that thumb bigger? Good or bad? And if you recall, we've already been working on one of these. Our third essay was a documentary evaluation, and that was pretty much a claim of value. At the core, your thesis statement was, the Latino Americans is a mostly good documentary because, or it's a mostly bad documentary because. So keep that in mind. It can be an argument about an ethical subject, about what is good or bad, moral or immoral. Not always. It can also be aesthetic. We make claims of value all the time on our free time when we're going out and just having fun or doing a leisure activity. We watch a movie, we go and watch Avengers Endgame or Wonder Woman 84 or I don't know, whatever you're watching. Some goofball rom-com. You're going to come out of that movie or you're going to finish watching it and say, this movie was amazing, it changed my religion, or this movie stank, this movie would make the Pope cry. Those are both claims of value. I mean, they're not supported in that form, but yeah, every time we go out to eat, this burger's really good, this place is great, these tacos are terrible. Who puts Flamin' Hot Cheetos in their tacos or whatever? That sounds like something Taco Bell would do. We don't have time to talk about Taco Bell right now, though, so let's put a bookmark in that. It answers questions like this: how good is this, or how bad is this? And remember, good and bad are very, very broad words. We want to get a little bit more specific. So think about other pairs of words that have a good or bad charge that we use in arguments about, kind of social issues, issues that affect a group of people or community, whether it be your neighborhood or your city, your county or your school, whatever. Healthy, unhealthy, responsible, irresponsible, or negligent. Beneficial, harmful. Uh, um, Practical and wasteful. Things like that. Those are all judging words, and they all have a very strong positive or a strong negative charge. Any questions? Yeah, you in the back. Oh, no, sorry, wrong class. Finally, our claim of value example thesis statement. Sport utility vehicles. That's what SUV stands for. Sport utility vehicles. Hold on a second. I'm being interrupted. That was my son saying goodnight. Lucky devil. Okay. So, sport utility vehicles. That's what SUV stands for. A lot of you might not have known that because most people don't use it for any sporting purposes. Some people think, SUV stands for suburban uniformity vehicle or somebody understocked Viagra. But no, really, it literally stands for sport utility vehicle. So, what does claim of value look like with that subject? Sport utility vehicles are not wise purchases because they cost more and are more dangerous than sedans or station wagons. Okay, now, just like claim of fact had certain words that would in, entail counting or measuring, claim of value has some that have to do with, once again, judging or evaluating, very positive words or very negative words. So I want you to maybe pause right now and see if you can underline or highlight those words that have the most positive or negative charge. You can go ahead and hum the Jeopardy theme if you like. Did you hear that Alex Trebek died? Yeah. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Yeeks. That's a bad one. A lot of people get pancreatic cancer. Any questions about pancreatic cancer? All right, moving along here. The words are not wise purchases. Not wise is very judgy, very negative. Somebody says something you did is not wise. You know they're saying it's this in a very particular way. It's bad. Some people get lured in by this phrase, costs more and more dangerous than sedans or station wagons. But look, once again, this is about counting. And what you'll notice is that right here, this is a claim of fact that's kind of built into the claim of value after the because. If you wanted to make your thesis really short and say they are not wise purchases, that's fine too. Now we're going on to the last one, claim of policy. Claim of policy is about taking one course of action or another. Like I said on the assignment sheet, it's also referred to as proposing a solution. Now, policies are all about making a plan to do something in one way or another. Let's take a look at it. It's an argument that's about a subject of strategy, like how do you build a plan to solve a problem or to make something better? Answers the questions, how do we effectively solve this certain problem? How do we build our strategy to solve this problem? What are the steps we should take and why? Okay, some reason this is just all tiny now. Let me get it back up big. Don't look behind the curtain. So, claims and policies are things that we use in our everyday life too. Think about it. You got a friend who's dating somebody and they're always miserable. The boyfriend is always spending time with a bro, whatever. Miserable. There's a problem. When you tell that friend of yours, hey, dump the chump, kick him to the curb, that's a claim of policy. You've got this problem. He makes you miserable. You are not happy. This is how you solve that problem. Boom. Send him that text, right? Welcome to Dumpsville. Population U. Let's look at our thesis statement now. Getting a little tight on time, we can do it. Here's the example. Because they cost more and are more dangerous than sedans or station wagons or minivans, SUVs should cost more to register and insure. Now, if you look at that, it's got this word should in it. Practically all claims of policy have the word should or some version of it. Should, needs to, must. All of these let you know that there's something that needs to happen in order to solve a problem. If your parents walk into your room while you're playing Super Mario Ops and they say, your dad and I were talking and we came to the conclusion that you should, as soon as you hear the word should, you're like, oh crap, here it comes. Because they know you're going to tell you to do something because they perceive there's some kind of problem that you can change with the course of action. You should take out the trash. You should shampoo the dog more. You should dust the gravel, whatever it is. Anyway, that's going to wrap this up. I got about 15 seconds. Email me, text me if you got any questions on this. Let's keep moving forward, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.